What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Beauty and the Bold. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Tell them why.
So I've been going to a new gym, right? A new LA Fitness, not my normal LA Fitness with my normal friends that I've been playing with for 3 years. And I have went one for 17 from 3. I've made 3 layups. I had 1 layup blocked, but I just want these kids, these new people to like me. And I want to play. I want to be picked. I want people like, yeah, that guy plays hard. He makes shots. And I play hard. I get rebounds. I play defense. I hustle. I do everything right, but make my shots. And it's demoralizing. When you want something too much and you just try to grip it and it like slips through your fingers? You know what I'm saying? Like reference maybe.
I think he wants it too bad, and that's why he's failing. You're trying too hard.
Yeah. There's a song about that. It's like, my fingers keep slipping. I'm trying to grip that ass. You know that song? You guys know that song? So what's the topics today? Today we were just going to wing it. We
have no idea what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. Talk about, obviously, stand-up, what it feels like. Yeah. First time doing stand-up. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about some funny stuff. We want to be funny today, maybe?
Count.
Okay, so we know Dee's is a perfectionist. What do you think you could improve about your stand-up? I thought it was great. So one thing that I really need to improve on is my talking to the crowd. I didn't talk to them at all. I barely looked at them because I was terrified. But it was fun. It was exciting. It was exhilarating,
I mean, I thought you did great.
Yeah, the video looked way better than I thought it did.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I was like, that was trash. But everyone was like howling and laughing.
They all thought you were very funny.
Yeah.
You definitely need, that guy was right. He was like, don't, you want to put more jokes in it, not, a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Because he only had a few minutes, so he was definitely, right about that. But, all of his talking built up for...
And the only reason there was less jokes and more talking is because I forgot my jokes.
He did. He forgot 2 of them.
And I had them really set up really good.
And... Forgot
them.
But, he still did a great job. Yeah, he didn't... He looked at me a few times.
Yeah, and she's just... She was super happy for me, so I could see her smiling.
Yeah. I literally was like this the whole time. I've actually been making my coffee at home.
Yeah, she has. I'm very proud of her. She just started. This is a new thing. This is like a turn over a new leaf. This is probably the most significant change she's made.
What did you just say?
So this morning I woke up, before she keeps going, because I'm fucking amped, right? I woke up this morning and I drank the biggest glass of coffee I think I've ever drank in my life. And I haven't eaten anything today. And I'm just absolutely still geeked. And that was at 5:30 a.m. You give your hand back.
No, I do this thing where I get fixated on a coffee or a drink or something. And I drink it so much, then I get sick of it until I find a new thing. So right now I'm sick of my drink at Starbucks. So this is my new thing, and I will get sick of this eventually and go on to something else.
Do you do that a lot in a lot of aspects of life?
Oh, in every aspect.
So you think that...
Except I don't know about you. I think that you
really
might
were
stick
swinging at me right there. Okay. All right. That's why I keep you guessing. I always change my personalities. That way you're always getting a different flavor.
The spontaneousness of you, it hooks me. Because, I get, so bored.
Right.
And I think it's, a symptom of, a severe psychological disorder. But I just, roll with the punches.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done that my whole life. A song, I will get fixated on a song.
Right.
You'll know it because I sing it all the time. And then I get so sick of the song I can't hear it again.
Yeah.
But you're a different person every day.
Oh.
So I fall in love with you every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. So you guys want to hear something that's completely my fault, but I hate it about her? Okay. She's wearing fake jewelry.
Oh my gosh.
And the smell of it is nauseating. Like it made me like, why? I'm like, I didn't know what it was. Like
he literally, I thought he was falling out of love with me. Okay. So like, he's telling me that there's this smell about me that he just like doesn't like. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, the baby smells like it too. I'm like, well, it makes sense because like babies and moms like have similar smells, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, he doesn't love me anymore. Like, you know, like, cause normally when you're in love with someone, you love their smell. And I'm like, yeah, he's cheating. And then we figured out it's my jewelry because I don't have real jewelry. I only have like my ring on my finger. That's real. So like, you know how it tarnishes and then it gets that awful smell. So he's like, oh my God, it's that. So now I can't wear my bracelets anymore. Because he'll fall out of love with me.
No, it's not like, you know, it was something weird. And it like kind of, it happened around the same time that I got the food poisoning. So like I was correlating the smell with food poisoning for some reason. And man, it was, So someone asked, who's my favorite stand-up comedians growing up? I really liked Dane Cook, and I know that gets a lot of heat in the community. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess he stole Louis C.K.'s jokes or something. That's allegedly, I guess.
Jokes.
That's when I was young. The Ron White Blue Collar Comedy Tour was like really funny to me. I like Aziz Ansari, I think his name is Andy Jeselnik or whatever his name is.
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle is obviously. I love the Chappelle Show.
I don't know anyone who like doesn't, unless you're like a snowflake.
But I will be doing more stand-up gigs. I'll probably do one a week, maybe.
We used to watch Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, that's Blue Collar Comedy Tour guy.
Oh, okay.
Get her done.
Yeah, my dad loved him.
I love Ron White. Ron White was really funny to me.
I don't know who all those people are.
Just as a deer went to let the salt sucker off the dang old tree, caught him right behind the eye. He's like, you got deer urine on my boots.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people like Theo Von. I think one of my new favorites is Matt Rife. But we did that last stream.
She likes Matt Rife because he's a gorgeous man. And when she showed me that's who she's been watching, I was like immediately insecure. Because he's so pretty. Like I would probably change sides for him. Because he's funny. He's douche, you know? I mean.
He's funny because he talks to the crowd and he has a comeback for everything, which you also do. Right. But as soon as you're comfortable, that'll happen.
Right. But I don't have the looks he does, so.
So, that's not.
You just said he's better looking than me.
I didn't.
You heard it.
Oh my God. I didn't mean it like that. You're saying he's pretty. You're not
crazy
pretty.
Is
You're handsome.
Joe Burrow, Matt Rife, none of these guys look like me. They don't have beards. You know what I mean?
Because, and I'm in love with you. Go figure. Go figure.
I'm feeling insecure, guys. It's because I'm not making my threes.
Does Kate have a type? I don't. Every single guy I've ever been with looks different. They all look different. My type is someone who can take care of me. And I'm married to him. And make me laugh. And he makes me laugh.
I'm fucking this set
and
all
he's
up.
Nice to me sometimes.
I'm nice to her all the time. And it's so crazy. Because, like, I could be like, oh, you did so good today. You're so beautiful. You're so wonderful. And then I make one jokey joke. And then she'll be like, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to say stuff like that? Why are you the way you are? And then I'm immediately like, well, maybe she doesn't like me for me. She wants me to change. I'm kidding. I don't mean that. Do you guys shave your asshole? Anyone? Like, I have to shave my asshole. I used to get mine waxed. Like, I have to. If I don't, like, pooping becomes hazardous.
You shave your butthole?
How do you not know that?
I've never looked at your butthole.
You stick your fist in my ass sometimes. I mean, come on.
Not naked.
How did you not know that?
I didn't. Like, I know, like, you shave other things. I've never seen you do that. Do you do it, like, in secret? What? I mean, I don't look at your butt crack hole.
What are some animals that you guys think you could 1v1? Like, I could 1v1 an alligator. I could take an alligator 100%.
An alligator, honey?
100% I could take an alligator. A bear, I don't think I can win that. I think that if like
an alligator would like when they eat you, they grab you and then they bring you down and like slam you up against a log so you like pass out.
Yeah, but so fast.
Baby, every alligator
100%
on this
guaranteed.
planet Earth is bigger than you.
Every alligator can't take me.
Okay.
Great white shark, I couldn't take a great white. Those motherfuckers. Whew. But like a wolf, like a 1v1 with a wolf.
You're dead.
No.
I don't think you understand how powerful alligators are.
Yeah, but I have the power of the entire universe right here.
Okay.
I can outwit an alligator. They're stupid. They literally have a peanut-sized brain.
Sure.
They got a medulla oblongata.
Now you're probably going to die from an alligator just because you said that.
I would just the things I would do to an alligator.
Be fucking for real.
I'm serious. I can't believe you don't think I can kill it. Can't get an alligator. I mean, come on, bro. You text me like honestly, look at this. Damascus steel, all right? I couldn't take a bear. I'll be frank with you guys. A bear, that's out of my league. I don't think any human 1v1 in a bear without like a good gun or something. But like I could take a hog with that.
Yeah, hogs are easy. If you have a weapon.
Yeah. I tackled Caitlin when she was pregnant.
You just...
What?
The thing is I look great when I'm pregnant. I
look great all the time.
Better pregnant, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I've always been a chubby chaser, so it makes sense to me.
Bro. What the...
Just kidding, baby. You're so beautiful.
No, shut up. Like
you're the most
so
beautiful
negative.
thing.
It's always when you do really bad at basketball. Maybe you're just not meant to be good at basketball.
Oh my God.
Every time you do bad at basketball, you come home and just drill into me.
I think that we could be optimistic though. I'm not good with balls. So that's not something I'm gonna be interested in.
Yeah, big ones.
I still can't believe you don't think I can take an alligator.
Baby, have you... You don't have to prove it to me. No.
Caitlin shot an alligator. Tell us the full story. We want to hear the full story.
It was when I was like 5. Okay. So I grew up in a family of like...
shooters.
Yeah. We're hunters. Not we. I'm not. Hunters, fishers, fishermen, gatherers, all that, right? Mm-hmm. So we've learned how to shoot a gun from the moment we can hold one, basically. Anyway, we had gator tags, so we were going gator hunting. I really liked gator tail, like growing up. That was my thing. Like I loved gator tail. Like on my birthdays, we'd go get gator tail. So my dad's like, okay, like let's kill an alligator. You can get some gator tail. And I'm like, oh heck yeah. You know, I've never killed anything in my life. I'm like 5, like Adeline's age. Imagine Adeline trying to, do this. So I'm like in the truck, I remember being in the truck. I don't really remember where I was when I shot it, but I remember in the truck. And I remember shooting it. And it died, and I just started crying, like immediate like reaction, because like it kind of like thrashed around first, and then it like died, and I just remember crying so hard, and so like we just drove away, and then my dad, because my dad and his friend, so my dad's friend had to come back and get it, but like I don't know why, like I guess I realized like I just took a life, and I have never killed anything. Except for like bugs, like since. Like I have never shot anything since. I've shot at like a bird, but I've never like shot it. Like I purposely missed. And like I wouldn't go turkey hunting or deer hunting with my dad. Like I was like, y'all can go. Like I'll fish. But like I've never.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I had BB guns and I wanted to shoot things, So I took a couple birds. And I remember one time I was at Port Canaveral on the coast and we were camping and I walked up in this big area. I shot a bird. I felt bad about it. So I gave him like a proper burial,
Aww.
And then I was in my neighborhood and there was like this dead end with a bunch of woods and it was very shady. Like you couldn't really see the type of bird it was. I just seen the bird And I aimed up, looked down sights, bam, popped him right in the head. He hit the ground and he started spinning in a circle, and I'm running over to him, and it was a red robin.
No.
Yeah. And at that point, I was like, I don't like the way this feels. I don't want to kill things. I don't want to do this. So I gave him a proper burial. But then, when I was 21...
But then I also...
I was at a place, a facility, and part of the thing we had to do was go out to get the catfish and skin the catfish for the catfish fry, right? But I didn't know that when you skin catfish, you have to skin them alive.
What?
You have to skin them alive. And I was
Why?
like, bro, can we just kill these things first?
Why do you have to skin them alive?
So you clip their fins off. I don't know. You clip their fins off with these little devices, and then you peel their skin off.
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound... What kind of fish do you have to skin alive?
I don't know. But I told him I'm not doing this. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing this. And I left. I didn't have the heart for that.
Just don't
it's
eat
right.
catfish.
The nerves,
It's so gross.
Nerves of the catfish get tight after they do. Yeah, catfish are gross.
Don't eat catfish.
There's only a few fish that are good. Like snook's really good. If they tense up, the meat is terrible. So you guys know. See, I'm not crazy.
Oh my God.
I didn't like it. So next time you have catfish, know they got skinned alive. But I really like snook, mahi. Wahoo is probably the best fish I've ever eaten in my life. I love wahoo. You never had wahoo?
Mm-mm.
Well, hopefully I catch one in May.
We've only ever had like we just did inshore freshwater or saltwater fish, so like trout, redfish, stuff like that. Like I would love to fish. I'll fish. I feel like there's plenty of fish and like that's fine. I like to look a deer in the eye and shoot it. I can't do that. Now, like if an animal was coming to harm me or my children, that I could do. I would be very sad, but I could do it. Have you clean fish? No, that is a man's job.
I've filleted
It's
fish.
not. It's not my job. I will catch them, but I am not cleaning them.
Sound a little sexist, but we'll go with it.
I don't care. I'm sexist for my life.
She
I'm
won't
not
clean a
doing
fish,
certain things.
but she will clean the nasty ass of our children after they shit.
Because that's my job.
Right. I'm with it. I'm cool with these roles.
But I'm not cleaning a fish. Yes, I'm sexist in my life.
That's fine. I'm with it. I'll root it on. I'm not. I clean diapers, but just not as much as she does.
Yeah, I think you only really do like when I'm not here.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like that's no big deal. I know some people are like, "Oh my God, he doesn't change diapers." I don't care. Like,
I do change diapers. So let's not say I don't change diapers.
I know, but you don't change as much as me. But changing a diaper is like the least hardest part about having a child. But yeah, I don't clean fish. I've watched it and like watched like a deer be skinned and like all that. Like I'm not touching it. I'll eat it. I'll cook it. That's my job. I'm gonna cook it.
What I really want to do is I want to sit in a tree, right, with like war paint on, and I want to sit there with a good knife, in a bow, right, and I want to just like, bing, jump out of the tree, slit his throat, eat his heart. I want to do that so bad. Like I want to do that so bad, and then eat the meat, because I'm not about just killing stuff and then here's meat, throw it away, the carcass. I want to eat what I kill,
Right, I do think that
unless it's like war and people, I don't want to eat them.
Yeah, I do think that if you kill something, an animal, that you should eat it. There's no reason just to kill animals.
Right.
Like I don't like when people just kill them just to kill them. Like I do think they should be eaten or used in some way. I do not think that. I hate that.
So from now on, cops, make sure you eat them.
Oh my gosh. Damn.
Yeah, JK.
I do know that a lot of people who go on those safari hunts will donate that animal to like the local tribe to eat. And the local tribes will eat it and use that animal for like every piece of its body. Like they will use. But like if you're like just going to shoot a giraffe, first of all, why do you need to kill a giraffe?
Or an elephant. Like,
or an elephant. Like that to me is like, or lions, and they do it like that. To me, I've never liked that. Like my dad, he went to Idaho and he killed a mountain lion, but they ate it.
Yeah.
And they're not like scarce over there. Like he ate it.
He's going to kill a bear soon with your sister.
Yeah. And he will eat that. I definitely think like you should use the animal to every, Like, you look at the Native Americans, when they killed an animal, they used every single piece of that animal. Like, they used it in some way. Like, they wore their fur. They used their bones to make arrows and all of that. So I think that's so amazing. But, like, the people who just go and kill things just to kill things, like, to say you killed it, like, what kind of ego boost do you need, you weirdo?
And I will say this, if you're somebody who hunts and just kills shit, I don't think that the act is evil. I just think that it's unhealthy for you as a person. Because things die in this world, right? We're all of this world. We're all of the universe. Things die. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a tsunami that just killed 100,000 people is an evil tsunami. So I don't think in that term. You know what I mean? I just think that it's unhealthy as a person to not diagnose what you're doing and saying, hey, what is the real point of this? Do I have to be a part of this? Is this healthy for me as a person? And that's just where my mindset goes. So I don't think less of people who do these things. You know, at some point, all the animals on this planet will go extinct. They will cease to exist. Giraffes and elephants aren't going to build a spaceship and fly away. We are. And if they do go with us, that's our choice. They won't make it for themselves. So, but I think that it's unhealthy to just do it from a personal standpoint. That's what I say.
Yeah, I don't think that they are on this earth just to be killed, you know? Like, right. I think that everything has a purpose, and if you kill it, kill it, like, it needs to be used to its full purpose. And I'll never forget when I was young, I used to hang out with my cousin a lot. His name is Blaze. And we were with my grandmother, my Mimi. She's great. They're like that. My mom's side of the family is all like surfer, like, you know, just chill vibes people. And I love them to death. But anyway, so I was with him and I, like, a bug like ran by me and I just like stomped on it. I don't know why. Like, I just killed the bug. But I remember him being like, why did you just do that? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I killed a bug. He's like, yeah, but what did the bug do to you? And I was like, okay, valid. Like, I didn't have to kill that bug. And ever since then, like, I don't
Was that me that did this or somebody else?
No, Blaze. Oh. My cousin said that to me.
Yeah, I'm with it too.
When I was young. I was very young. Like, I think I was like 6. And I was like, okay, valid. And ever since then, like, I haven't killed a bug unless it's like a mosquito or like something that's going to hurt me. Like, I'm just like, we just put it outside, you know?
Yeah, so when I was really young, I was like a little demon. And what I would do is I'd go out in the woods and I would capture those really big sun spiders that look like banana spiders, but they're not.
Yeah.
And I would just put them in a jar. And I just had so much fun. I'd bring them to school and show and tell and stuff. But my stepmom hated spiders.
Jill?
Yeah. So she would get so upset when I'd bring them in the house.
I would too.
I mean, I'd bring monsters.
I would freak out.
But now that I'm older and have fear, I saw the movie Arachnophobia, I would never do that with a spider. Like, I would kill spiders. I would shoot them with a shotgun. Done it before.
Do we kill the lizards that get in the house? No.
I don't kill things.
Like, we found a bug, and I wasn't sure what it was, but we just, like, took him and let him outside.
Yeah.
In this. Like, I don't know. I just have a lot of respect for animals and nature, and I think that they're really cool.
Now, roaches?
Oh, roach is going to die.
Genocide.
Yeah. But even like spiders, like I just leave them alone because one, like I see the videos where if you like when you kill them and if they have eggs on the back, they all scurry. So that's my biggest fear. Also, like I'm just gonna leave it. Like they can just be there. Like in a lizard, I'm not touching it. Andrew has to do it, or it's just gonna live in my house. Like it can just, I'm not touching it. Like
lizards are so cool though. I don't understand. Like what's wrong with a lizard?
Oh God, I don't know why. I don't know why I developed a fear of them. I just think give me the ick. I used to like when I was in elementary school, like hold snakes and like hold lizards. Like I was so cool. I don't know when I became like icked out. I think I just need to get over it and just hold one.
I don't like lizard people, the people that run the world.
Yeah, they definitely, yeah.
The way they blink,
sketchy. Yeah.
Conspiracy theorist, oh my God. You know what else I don't like? No, I'm not doing that. Maybe, I don't know. It's not that I don't like vegans.
Shit.
Because I think that being a vegan is a noble cause. And in noble causes, it brings yourself light and it makes you a more loving and caring and better person. So from that standpoint, I like veganism. Now, if you're like CrossFit veganism, where you just talk about it all the time, like I'm a vegan, oh, I can't do that, I'm a vegan. That's a little annoying. But like your existence as a human being on this planet steals life from this planet, right? Your existence, everything you do, everything you own, your house, your clothes, all of it destroys an ecosystem to obtain it. No matter what you do, you are a mass murderer of some type of life on this planet. So like just to pick that one and be like, well, I'm going to be better by just not doing that. It's kind of bullshit. Now, if you're
holding an iPhone, you know, how many things has this killed?
Yeah. So that's where it kind of gets, you know.
But I think some people do it for the diet aspect.
Yeah.
To feel better, not just for the like save the animals type of thing.
Which is good. If you want to improve your life and that's something you want to do, I'm for it. But like, no, you know.
I saw this once. One of my friends on Facebook posted like his daughter. I don't know if it was a deer or a fish. I don't know. She was doing something, right? She was holding like a animal that she had caught and killed. And one of the comments, someone was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe you would let her already just murder animals. Like they have respect in life. And I was like, oh Lord, geez. Like, and he commented, he's like, well, she definitely put dinner on the table for us tonight. So, you know, relax.
So according to evolutionary psychologists, the fact that humans develop fear or even phobia of snakes and spiders faster than of animals that are generally harmless can be traced back to evolution. Humans would be pre-programmed to fear these animals in order to survive in an environment where many venomous snakes and spiders lurked. It was a great importance of our ancestors of humans to quickly recognize and fear these animals. So I wouldn't say pre-programmed because they learned and then they were programmed. But
that seems valid.
Valid for sure.
I don't like snakes freak me out, but I think like it's a good thing we don't have any in this house, right? But
just her personality.
We had a protest in Sweden here about that. They shut down a highway to stop animal transports. Jeez.
See, that stuff's so corny to me.
I just feel like there are people who are dying that we should worry about more than killing the animals. I know that kind of backtracks on what I said about like we should respect animals, but I think part of respecting an animal, killing it, eating it, using that animal is respect. Mm-hmm. I think that's a part of respect for an animal. I do. I genuinely.
If there's an apocalyptic economic situation, say the economy collapses, right, and we can't find food, I will shoot both the dogs and eat them.
Not Jax. You're not killing Jax.
Without hesitation. Like, no. If it comes between feeding my family
Jax?
And those dogs.
After the shit
I would
that
cry
you've seen those dogs
and tear down.
You have seen those dogs ingest some nasty stuff and you would eat them?
It's either that or find somebody else and then become a cannibal. Like, what are we going to do? You know what I mean?
Not my baby Jax.
Yeah. Like, sometimes, you know.
Jax is old. He'd be tough. I know. You can't eat Jax.
He wouldn't get away, so.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh, man. Well, no, this is to our point saying it's like, you know, 40,000 people die of starvation every day. I think 1/8 of the world doesn't eat a meal. I think there's millions of people that before the age of 7 in these third world countries, they don't get the nutrition they need to develop their brain properly. And then that intrinsically causes more problems throughout the world because those people grow up as cerebral insufficients. You know, they join where say there's like a leader or a group of people who manipulate children. They're easily manipulated. Their frontal cortex hasn't developed enough. They join this and then they're shooting people. You've seen the movies where they indoctrinate the children to end up fighting against their parents and stuff. What was the Blood Diamond was the movie?
Oh, I don't know. I never watched it, but that's definitely a thing. I mean, it's definitely what they try to do in real life too.
So I think that it's very important that we as a society and people figure out a way to feed everybody for the developmental reasons. Like you just never know. A kid could go through some crazy trauma, and if he just ate properly, he could be the next, you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, food is literally such... I don't think people understand the importance of food and what you eat and how food is medicine and all of that. That's like a whole different topic. But remember that TikTok I was telling you about where the guy was talking about plants and certain vegetables and how they have started to develop like a certain chemical thing that like almost makes it toxic to ingest. Isn't that crazy? I'll have to look about that more, but that just goes to say like.
Well, we gotta watch The Happening. You guys seen the movie The Happening with Mark Wahlberg and Zoe Deschanel? That girl used to be my.
I like Mark Wahlberg. He's funny.
Yeah, that was where I learned the word superfluous.
We could even say that being a vegan is a luxury. Oh my gosh, yeah. Being a vegan or just eating healthy in general is definitely a luxury. Have you seen how expensive it is to eat organic or get vegan or vegetarian stuff? It's absolutely ridiculous. So, you know, when you can, people can preach all you want, you need to eat better, you need to eat healthy, but it's like, when it's twice, 3 times as much as the processed food that's on the shelves. Of course people are going to buy the processed food. It's cheap, you know? But I mean, that's just the government. But anyway, and also another thing is, so when I had Adeline, I was on WIC, which is women, infant, and children, and then they give you like of what? Why are you doing that?
You said WIC, and then you said the women, infant, children.
Yeah, WIC. Women, infant, children. WIC.
WIC?
Yes.
I was thinking John Wick.
Oh, no. WIC, WIC. Oh. So they give you like basically groceries. Like you get a card and you can go pay for stuff. And it's like you can get bread, peanut butter, cereal, fruits, and vegetables. But you can't buy organic stuff, and you have to buy all the cheap processed stuff with it. So that's just like my point. Like, yeah, it's such a good program, but like they don't want you to be healthy. It's hard, and because everything is so expensive when you try to get healthier. Like eating organic and stuff is literally a privilege.
Right, and I just don't like feeling inferior. And like when she comes home with these really big cucumbers, these really big zucchinis, it makes me feel insecure. So I'm just, I'm anti-vegan because of that, just alone. You know what I mean? I've been trying to say that for so long. You just kept talking. It was like, it's good. I'm glad you're talking.
You're stupid. Yeah, no, exactly. It's so much cheaper to eat unhealthy. And it's really sad.
I feel like I'm so stupid, I'm smart. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I feel that way too.
Like you're so dumb that you avoid being dumb.
Well, I feel like I'm so smart that sometimes I'm stupid. That's my thing. I think I'm so smart that I'm an idiot sometimes. But that's an actual thing, like to be like a, to be ditzy. You're so smart. That's definitely me.
Maybe you guys can have a garden this year. We're working on
that.
That
is my plan. I'm getting like seeds and stuff. This company sent me. I just have to buy the planters because I don't want to put them directly in the ground because we rent and I don't know what they'll do if I tear up the grass. I mean, the grass is terrible anyway, but like, so I'm going to get like above ground, like planters so I can like kind of do it so I can just take it up when we leave. But that is the only thing I don't know. I really want to go to the library and get some planting books. But the only thing I don't know is in our backyard, it doesn't really get shady like ever. Like it's just hot and like scorching hot. So is it like going to like scorch my plants? Like that's my thing. Like, do I need to put some shade over it?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Here in the Netherlands, our food is still pretty payable. I mean, at least if you buy smart, but just like in the US, if you want to go fully green, you almost need to be rich. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, like, this Aldi, I love Aldi. Like, I want to be their brand rep. Like, I love them. But they have, like, their organic stuff is almost as expensive as, like, Publix's normal stuff or, like, Walmart's normal stuff.
Do you want me to reach out to them?
No, that's weird.
I'm going to. No, she doesn't know how to, like...
She doesn't want to use our
social media for things.
People don't want to walk into Aldi because they have some personal vendetta against, like, it makes them look like, I don't know, poor or whatever. But go to Aldi, dude. Like, Aldi, like, first of all, they have it figured out. Okay, they make people return their carts because they make people put their money in to get the cart. So you put the quarter in, right, and you get your cart. Obviously, you want your quarterback. Quarters are cool. You're gonna get your quarterback.
I want my quarterback. I wish it wasn't Dak.
We're not talking about him right now.
Okay.
And then, so you have to go, and then you can literally get 2 weeks worth of groceries for half the price at any other store. Like, it's absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. It literally brings this happiness inside of me that I've never felt before in my life. And then they have, like, really cool, they have this aisle that's called Aldi Finds. and there's like I don't know, they have like signs and toys and like all this stuff that's for so cheap. I think I find like our door signs and stuff for like $10. Like you go to Hobby Lobby and it's like 50, and you can find it at Aldi for 10. Like that's crazy. Cucumbers are like 50 cents. You go to Publix, they're $1 a piece. So automatically it's cut in half. It's just crazy. Like, whoa, we went to Publix and the chicken, I'm not kidding. So, you know, like the big things of chicken, it has like what, like 7 chicken breasts in it? $25. I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not buying chicken from here. So I went to Aldi. Guess how much the same thing of chicken, same weight and everything was? $13. I sent a picture to him. I said, Publix is literally robbing us. They are robbing us. Now, I will say that I do like to go to Publix when I have the kids because they'll put all my groceries in the car. Mm-hmm. That's nice. But yeah, Aldi's great. Oh, I love Aldi. Shout out Aldi. Aldi for Kate is what strip clubs are for Dee. She's so excited. I 100% love Aldi.
She see how much she's lighting up right now?
I just think like people get so ashamed of like shopping there. Like why? Like it's the same quality of food. Except for that, I don't really like the red meat from there. That's the only thing. Publix does have better red meat, but Publix has their own butcher. So I think that's why.
What I don't understand, though, about this whole customer service ideology that's out there is like, why do I have to return my cart? You have paid employees.
Oh, my God. Okay, so.
Explain this to me.
No,
Somebody explain it.
So I think it's just like a common courtesy thing, just like tipping in a restaurant. But as like a mom who has kids, like if I can't park next to the right. You know, I'm not one, if I have all 3 of my children, to take all 3 of my children across the parking lot, put the cart away, take them all out, grab them all, make sure no one's going to steal them from me and put them back in the car. That's also hard. And then you don't want to like put your kids in the car, lock the car because you don't want to leave your kids in the car and like go. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I saw this one TikTok this girl made. And she didn't mean any harm by it, you know, but she said she was basically like talking about how she panics from when she leaves the kids in the car to bring the cart back. And I commented, I said, just leave the cart on the side out of the way. The people will come get it. Like your kids are more important than putting the cart back. And I got attacked, right? People were like, well, she could just lock the car. I'm like, still, like, don't, like, I'm not going to do that. Cause like it takes 2 seconds, you know, like for someone to like, or someone, I don't know, my brain, I'm not judging anyone who does it, do whatever you want, but my brain, I am so paranoid. And I think that if I'm going to leave my kids in the car, lock the car, I'm going to come back, someone's going to be at my car to murk me, and then my kids are going to be alone in the car.
You're not
like,
leaving the kids in the car.
My kids are with me at all times, like I'm holding on to them, you know what I mean? I don't, so me putting a cart back isn't more important than me being with my children, you know what I mean? That's just not like. And when people want to hate on, like, whatever, like there are people in the parking lots that will get it. Your kids are more important. Or, you know, if you got to go somewhere fast, like, it's okay. I think it's okay. It's all right. Like, I don't. Oh, and then I went to Walmart the other day and I didn't put my cart back. I kind of put it up on the side because I had the baby and Raylan was crying. So I was literally holding both of them while pushing it up. And I get in the car and this woman walks all the way around to get my cart and like looks at me and then looks at the cart and she like shook her head like ugh. I was like, fight me. Like what? Like why are you being so mad? Like why are you mad? Like you see I have my kids in my hand. So if you're watching this and your mother, just put the cart on the side. It's gonna be okay. I will fight someone for you. Okay, like you're gonna be fine. Like the cart does not have to go back. That's my take on it.
When I was younger, the cart thing wasn't a thing. You could leave your cart. You just put it on the island or you put it in the rack. You just leave it. Somebody else that works at the place comes and gets it. It's like when you go to a hotel. What am I going to do? Make my bed before I leave? Like, I don't know. It's like your job.
Oh, yeah. I saw another TikTok. I watch a lot of TikToks, obviously. Yeah. But I saw another TikTok that was like, when you leave a hotel, you should take all the sheets off of the bed and off the pillowcase, fold them up for the housekeeping and all that stuff. And I was like, what? I just paid to stay here for like 12 hours. I was like, I've never heard of that. So in my brain, I'm like, have I been rude this whole time? Or are people just like I feel like people are hired to do that job.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? Why did I go do that? Like,
Well, see, I guess sometimes, like, here's a situation. If you go to a restaurant, right, I always like to wipe the table off
or
and
clean up after
stack
my
my
kids.
plates and get it all to the side to make it easier, because that person's going to have to carry all these plates to the back, and we're going to leave. They're not going to be paid for that service. You know, sometimes they don't have a bus boy. I think busboy is bad for business. It costs too much money. I wouldn't do it. But
Or like if our kids make a mess on the floor or something, like I'm cleaning that up.
right.
Because like I'm not like I don't feel like it's someone else's job to clean up after my children. But yeah, I just don't. But even then, like even if you do leave the table a mess, like people are paid like to clean it, like it's their job, so it's okay. I think it's just more of like a common courtesy thing to like put your cart back. And if I'm able to, I will put my cart back. If I'm alone, absolutely, I'm gonna go put it back. I have beef with Publix because their cart returns are like halfway across the parking lot, and they got one in the whole parking lot. Why they do that, I don't know.
And I think, speaking of customer service, I'm so tired of going and buying something from a window or going into a place and buying it, and then it's before I pay, there's a tip option. Like, why would I tip you? I just paid for the service.
Yeah.
I paid for the food.
Yeah, no, for
why
real.
am I gonna tip you?
Well, I think so. Like
And robbery.
especially because those people aren't being paid tipped salary.
Right. That
They're
goes
not being
directly
paid
to the
that.
company.
Right. So I mean, I think they do get that money, but like they're not. You know how servers are paid less because they're considered a tipped employee.
Yeah.
So they're not getting, but they're not on that wage. They're on like regular wage, not tipped wage. So like, I mean, I think the whole tipping like culture has gotten so out of control.
Yeah.
Like they want you to tip for everything now, and if you don't, like they look at you like what are you talking about? Like, especially for me, I mean, I'm not a hairstylist or photographer, so I don't want to like, you know, get on them. But like, I feel like if you're creating your own prices, why are you expecting to get tipped extra? Because you create your own. If you want to make that much money, then like create that price for you.
Yeah.
And consider tipping just like an add-on if they want to type of thing. But like when people get mad, oh, they didn't tip me. But you work for yourself. You create your own prices. So why aren't you upping that price if you want more money? That to me, that I'm always like, wait, what? Why? What? I just think it's gotten so out of control. Starbucks, yeah, future Starbucks. I literally the other day when I paid, I looked at the girl in the eye. She's like, it's gonna ask you a question. I said, how awkward is this? She goes, oh my God, it's so awkward. I was like, I know. I was like, well, why? She's like, I don't know why they did this. She's like, we don't expect to get tipped. Like, it's just like we're just making, you know. And she's like, it's just so awkward to ask. And she's like, and people get so mad and all this stuff. It was so funny. Like, I feel so bad.
Yeah, and I'm a big tipper, so I tip.
Oh,
well.
yeah. When we go to, yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's out of control.
Yeah.
For sure. And it just enables employers not exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it literally, it makes employees think, okay, I'm not going to pay you that much because you're getting tipped. A lot of other countries don't tip.
I feel like if you're servicing me, that you should get paid good. Like,
right, definitely in a restaurant. Like, they're bringing you the drink. They're bringing you all, like, that to me is like, especially because I've been a server, so like I get that. But I never really got like super angry when someone didn't tip me because it's optional. Like, it's not required. So I was always like, ugh, that's kind of rude, you know, damn, I didn't get tipped. But it wasn't ever like, oh, F you, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, now, when I was pregnant and a server, remember how much money I used to make? People be like, they felt bad for me, you know?
That was during COVID, too.
Yeah. So
You were doing
I
to-go
made
orders.
ridiculous
Now,
money.
that was when it's COVID and to-go orders and you couldn't sit down, you better tip.
Yeah. Especially during that time, I
Yeah.
think we tipped a lot just because, like, that time was so rough for people.
Yeah.
What about for a massage? Do you tip there? Well, we only get massages from my aunt, so I always add on a little extra for her.
They always tip me, so I got to tip them, you know what I mean?
What?
I don't think tipping should be expected.
Yeah, but I think it definitely has became expected.
I think some
Just
people don't
crazy.
have the finances,
Yeah.
you know, and they can only afford the meal. And for them to take their kids and their family out for the meal is all they can afford, you know. And then I know people say, oh, if you can't afford to go out and not tip, don't go out.
Yeah, I
But
don't
what do you
believe in
want
that.
them to do? Stay at home and be depressed watching
Yeah.
Netflix and steaming in their own miserable life? You got to let them breathe a little.
Right. I mean, if they like
So-
have worked so hard to take their family out to eat, but they only have enough money to cover that, I'm like, Like, that's why I've always, like, I'm not tipping. I never really got angry because you don't know their story. You don't know if, like, they work so hard just to eat and they don't have enough. Like, I'll be okay. Also, if you didn't know, like, when a server, if they don't make up, it's like a certain percentage. If they don't make up to where it equals minimum wage, it gets adjusted to where they make minimum wage. I didn't know that. But that happened. Well, I don't know if that's true for everything, but where the diner I worked, if you didn't make enough to where it's like equals actual minimum wage or a certain percentage, it's some kind of like policy, they pay you minimum wage. So, I mean, it's only a few more dollars extra, but.
And that's what's happening too, is we're going into the age of digital currency, right? That's coming eventually, maybe not soon, but eventually. I don't know how it's going to work. You know, they got the Cash App guy, unfortunate rip, but Cash App really isn't taxable in some senses because they're not able to manage it, and not people are always saying. So once you start getting tips, and you're going to have to get taxed on those tips.
Yeah.
That's like a lot, you know, side jobs, anything that you want to do to make some extra money. I don't know.
That's why cash is king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people be like, well, you should pay taxes. And I'm with you on that. But like, then again, what are they spending my tax money on? I don't have any control of that.
Period.
You know, so it's like, I want a little bit of freedom, but I guess freedom isn't really free. It's not, it's just a made up word that people use.
Freedom isn't a thing. Yeah, for sure. Who drove for DoorDash and said it was a base $2.50 per delivery. That's crazy. We always tip on DoorDash.
Mm-hmm. We don't actually use DoorDash since we moved here because there's no restaurants to DoorDash.
And if we do use it, it's expensive as hell because they're so far away.
But when we lived at the old house, we DoorDash all the time. All the time.
But yeah, I always tip because I feel like if someone's going to go pick up my food for me and bring it back, they deserve to be tipped for it.
Mm-hmm. One thing about living in New Smyrna is there's not a lot of restaurants. Like, we don't want to live in Daytona Beach. We just don't like the environment, I suppose. It's too busy, but we'd love to have the restaurants that they have. So, but we don't live too far from Daytona. So, and just so you guys know, the comedy club that I went to and worked at, what's his name?
Adam Lowry.
Madcaps Comedy, New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Check them out. They have some social media and stuff like that. I really appreciate the opportunity.
He was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yes. So Adam Lowry on Joe Rogan podcast. That's the owner of it. He's opening a new one in her hometown. So.
That'll be really cool.
Doesn't Daytona Beach have motorcycle? Yeah, bike week.
Daytona has a lot of stuff. They have Jeep Week. They have like a truck meet. They have the Daytona 500. They have all the races. They have bike week. Daytona also has 3 colleges. They have Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Bethune-Cookman. I don't know if that's a university or a college. I can't remember. And then Daytona State College, which where I went to Daytona State. So like it's definitely like a big area, and it can be dangerous. Yes, especially during like spring break and all that. But I mean, as where anywhere is.
I've had some of the best times of my life.
But Daytona,
Daytona Beach.
That's where. Yeah. So where I grew up, we used to go to Daytona to party and like go to Razzles and gross. Like we used to go to Razzles and the strip club behind it, Grandview. Like I had the best time of my life in there because like I don't know why, but like they didn't get mad at me when I like picked up the money off the floor, and like you're not supposed to do that, but I would like pick it up and like just give it back to him. Like it wasn't my money. Like I was just using that money on the floor. But like no one got mad at me. I know because I was a girl. Like they didn't get mad. They were just like, that's fine.
You guys want to hear a funny story?
No.
This is a good one.
No, because I can see the look on your face and I know it's not funny.
No, it's funny. It's funny. It's a good one. It's a good one. So we were at this hotel called Desert Inn. And Desert Inn was like the spring break haven for
it's not there anymore though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They child porn got shut down.
Oh, all right.
So that's obviously not what it was fun for. So don't mix it up. Yeah. But there was like this. There was a 3-story section and then like a 12-story section. And in the 3-story section, you could imagine I was the guy, that wanted to start the chants, and get the hey, 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 hey. So we were all standing. I was in the middle, right? And I was show your tits to the people up top, because I was like, this is awesome. You can do this. And people will show you your tits. It's crazy. So we were getting everybody getting going up top. Everyone's flashing. Everyone's cheering. Show your tits. I mean, it was rocking. It was like a stadium, like Kansas City Chiefs game or something. It's crazy. And I turn around and I see my sister, and she immediately just pulls her shirt up, and I'm just like, "What is going on?"
Not you.
No, like I started it. Like I started to show your tits, and I'm like, "What are you doing, Brittany?"
She has nice tits too.
I don't know. Like my memory doesn't remember. It was PTSD, blanked out. But yeah, like it was crazy. And then one year too, I went. And my dad, actually, daddy's money, rich boy, you know, gave me his credit card. And we went with my buddy, my uncle, Victor Sr. and Ernesto and everything. We were having a great time. But I was like giving out beads like crazy to see girls' boobs, you know. I was like, this is fucking awesome. You just give out beads, you see girls' boobs. So I went to like this place in Daytona and I spent $1,000 in beads on my dad's credit card. And he never said anything to me about this. He never said a word.
Yeah, because he has that to spend.
I spent $1,000 on beads, guys, to see girls' tits. Like I was like a kid at the candy shop, you know.
How old were you?
17.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was like that 50 Cent song, "Candy Shop."
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was when I think that's the song that came out. Like do 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 do. That's when that song came out. I think it's "Candy Shop."
I don't think Candy Shop starts like that.
Whatever, 50 Cent song was banging. And I had a Toyota Celica with 212 subs. So I was, you know, bah, 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 bah. Met these girls from Ohio. I thought I was in love. I told my dad when I got home that I was going to drop out of high school and move to Ohio. And he said, I don't give a fuck what you do, but you're not taking your car. I was like, what do you mean? I got to take my car to get there. And he said, no. Can't have your car. He said, you can drop out, you can go, but you can't have your car.
It scars me to death scares me to death because like Aurelius is going to be like you.
Nah.
And I'm going to beat his ass. Like, yes, he will. Yes, he will. You think that we're just going to have kids and not reap anything that you did as a teenager?
I think he will do things that I did, but
maybe it'll be Raylan, who's just on demon time.
I think they'll both be a part of the space program by 16. They'll both be masters in physics, and they'll both be on their way. You know, he'll be like Captain Kirk.
So yesterday I was in the bath with the kids, and I was trying to get Raylan out because Raylan won't ever get out of water. Like she loves water. Like just I don't know. You cannot get her out of it, right? She's like, I don't want to get out. I'm like, well, I'm getting out. I was like, do you want a cookie? Like, let's go get cookies. You know, she already ate her dinner and everything. She goes, yeah. And then she goes, but shh, Daddy said no. I was like, like she thought that we were going to defy Daddy. I was like, no, he said no earlier. She's like, yeah, Daddy said no. But, you know, waving her hand, like, don't worry about him. Like, we can go get a cookie. And I was like, well, now he says yes. Like, you know, he says yes with mommy. And she's like, okay, Daddy says yes. I'm like, yeah. It was so funny, though. Like, she was like, I don't care what my dad says. I'm getting a cookie.
But that's parenting tips. Don't let that happen.
Yeah, definitely. Like, don't like go against what the other parent says.
Yeah.
It's always like, what did your dad say? What did your mom say? For us, we always, because we don't want our kids to like.
Even if we feel we're wrong, we just deal with it.
Yeah, just write it out.
Write it out, yeah. And talk about it later.
I hope you guys are still doing this when he's old enough to date. I can't wait for those videos of Kate meeting his girlfriends. No, I'm definitely going to be like that mother-in-law who's like just so nice and like a friend, like how your mom is with me. Like she's just so nice and giving and such a friend. I mean, you know, but like she's so great. Like I love my mother-in-law. And I'm definitely going to make sure like I'm not overbearing because I've had an experience with someone like that and it's just absolutely terrible. So like I know what not to be and what to be. But like I'm going to be more worried about like how he's treating women. Like he will not be, I'm not going to say he will not be because then he's going to be just to spite me. But I'm going to like really try to make him not be like a fuckboy.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't try as many as I did.
Yeah, and like,
but I mean, I got so much experience, you know, so I'm trying to figure out a way.
Okay, but the person that you were when we first started dating versus the person you are now, if you know what I mean, like that is so different, and that isn't based off of your experience. That's your experience with me.
But I just don't want him to be like bad in bed. And I feel
But
like
you
if we
can
shelter
learn.
him,
No.
should we just show him videos?
No.
Like, listen, this is the positions. This is what you got to do.
Oh, I absolutely will be teaching
a
them.
diagram of where the clit is, how
Yes.
it works.
Yes, I'm going to do that. I don't care how awkward it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I will be doing it with all of them, especially my girls, because I don't want them to think that they can just be having sex and no orgasms. Because that you do not settle for that. I'm going to teach them like where it is and what.
I'm definitely not going to teach them that.
Well, Aurelius, you're going to teach him. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
You're
I'll
gonna
teach him. I'll teach him.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be like, you need to go here.
Mm-hmm.
They need to know, because if you don't teach them, then they're going to
have to learn
have
through
low
trial.
expectations. And they need to have high expectations so that they are with good men who care about them. Because if you're not trying to give a girl an orgasm, you don't care about her.
Right.
And that's just the truth.
Right.
That is the God's honest truth. If you're just having sex just to have sex and you're not trying to please the other person, you don't care about anything but yourself.
I got some advice from somebody, Big Black James.
Okay.
And he was like, 3 things that are very important. Always have nice shoes on, always have a clean haircut, and always worry about her finishing before you. That's the 3 things he told me to worry about.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Definitely teach Aurelius that.
I will say this, okay? I want her to be as pleased and as happy as possible so that I can be myself and I not feel guilty about, like, taking advantage. I want her to feel like she's appreciated for the things she does, that, she's loved and cared for, and that I'm just not selfish person that's doing whatever I want when I want, that I take the time out of my day and my life to make her happy in all the ways I can. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're not whatever you are as a person, whoever you are, you have to be the best version of you, right? So make sure you amplify your traits, what you're good at, and work on those. You're not going to be, if you're 5'8", 145 pounds with an average, stack, you aren't going to defeat 6'4", blue-eyed, blonde man named Matt Rife unless you're making him an orgasm and you're winning. So just know that there are other men out there that are probably bad in bed, so you can't be bad in bed. You can't be mid, and bad in bed. It's just food for thought. I'm just letting you guys know how to handle it. You also want to make them laugh uncontrollably.
A lot of the time, the sex goes in a relationship, and believe it, when that happens, oh yeah, you definitely need to be having sex, I think, but not like just sex. Like, you need to be like having sex and understanding each other's body. Like, you need to be willing to learn each other's bodies and do that for sure. But like, definitely taking the time to like make that. I mean, obviously, don't make it forced, but intimacy is so important in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Because then, like, you get in this roommate phase. Mm-hmm. I've been calling that.
She's been saying it to me.
We're just roommates.
She's been putting these stinky necklaces on.
I'm just messing with him. Because like, you get in this roommate phase where you just like, you're just, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids, working, and not like, even not just sex though. Intimacy is like touching each other, or like if he walks by me and doesn't smack my butt, I'm instantly like what's wrong with you? Yeah. Like, or instantly like, he does not love me anymore. Like, I don't like that.
But I also am aware of like, she needs to be touched sometime.
Yeah. Well, especially because both of our like love languages is touch. Mm-hmm. Like, it's high on the scale of touch. So like, just like simply like just touching each other, or like just like a random hug, like that is intimacy, and that is still very important.
But for you men out there that beat your wife, that's not what we mean.
Yeah.
Okay, domestic abuse is not what we mean by touch, even though by definition it is touching.
Like I said, it's not just like, and I saw this guy, he was talking, and he's like, a lot of people don't realize that like foreplay like starts like in the morning or something, like with your partner, like messing with them throughout the day, or like touching them and everything, and then like leading up to it. Like, you can't expect just your woman to be in the mood like all the time, because like that's just not how we work. Like, we're just not like that. Like, you have to build it up. I mean, for sure.
I mean, I was just agreeing with you. You said that you're always in a mood. You're just not always in the mood, So You just got to wade those waters.
This is why I'm not always in the mood.
See, she's getting moody, is what I mean.
Oh, my God.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's been talked about so many times.
Right.
Men and women do not have the same hormonal cycle.
Right, we know.
That's why when women ovulate, they're very, like, horny. Like, because your body wants you to get pregnant.
I feel like men are hormonal too, kind of.
They are.
Because, like, I've had situations with partners that were, like, psychologically abusive to me. Like, treating me like shit, you know? And, like, withheld sex from me for a long time. And then finally, like, the time came and my penis just fell flaccid.
I don't think that's a hormone problem. I think that's more of a mental, psychological issue.
And
that's not really hormones.
Now that I've met Caitlin and I'm good with Caitlin and I please Caitlin and I love her, I'm so grateful that my penis thought for himself and didn't work. Because, like, if he would have worked and if I would have laid the foundation in the pipe, I could have been stuck with that person for the rest of my life.
How that has to, like, really damage
and
your
the
ego,
three
right?
people that it happened with, specifically in my head, one was more of a DECA thing, which is like a steroid. But the three people that it happened with, I'm so grateful.
I know, but, like, that has to, like, really hurt your feelings, like hurt you as a man that, like, you didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are stones that were never unturned. But because I met you, I don't have to worry about unturning those stones.
Right.
I tried very hard for many years to get back in a position to succeed. Like, my ego would not allow.
Right.
You know, like, I tried to manipulate and talk my way into, like, give me another chance. I can't live like this, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm grateful that as a woman, I don't have to deal with that.
Right.
Like, I don't have to, nothing has to go up. I mean, it doesn't have to, like, open, but, like, nothing has to go, you know what I mean?
I think this is why foreplay is really important in sexual experiences, especially because you can kind of, like, you know, slow down and then, like, work on pleasing the other partner. That way, if they're pleased, it doesn't really matter what happens with you.
Yeah, no, that's why it's so important for the woman to first, because then we don't care. Like, we want you guys to go fast afterward.
Yeah, of course. See how selfish they are? So crazy, you know? Crazy.
I'm just saying, like normally, like, after, like, once you do that for one, you're like, they're like, all right, cool, let's get you over with so I can, like, go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure a lot of women will agree with me on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't say that you don't want, like, women to go fast, too.
They don't. They don't. You put in so much work for, like, 3% of happiness. 3 seconds of, you know. Put in work 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Put in work, you know. Your throat's dry. You're out of saliva. You need a drink of water.
Well, maybe that's not the woman's problem.
Well, they don't give you any direction. They don't tell you what they want, you know. They just expect you to know everything, you know.
Yeah, you're supposed to know everything. You're a man.
Oh, man, I'm going to jump off
Men are
the bridge.
supposed to know everything.
All right, guys. So thank you. That was great. That went really well. Probably the best one we had, huh?
Yeah, did I talk too much? Sometimes I feel like I talk too much.
No, you talked plenty. You talked more. The more you talk, the better.
I know, but sometimes, like, after I'm done talking, I'm like, fuck, I need to shut up.
No.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for stopping in, saying hi. Thank you for listening and watching this podcast episode. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications.
Yeah, turn all notifications on.
Check out our merch.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.